What's up, party people? Jude Snowboarder here from Facebook, Jude's Junk, Facebook shop and YouTube channel. And I just submitted my first, I mailed books off to an artist, had him sign them, sketch them, and then he turned around and mailed them into CGC. Used the paperwork from CGC to witness his signature, and that's something that you sign it, mail it off to him, he signs it, they mail it in. If it's not an artist they're familiar with, they call him and verify him. But it was a pretty easy process, and I wanted to tell you how cheap it was. So if you have an artist that's willing to work with you and you want to send your books off to them with the paperwork for CGC and then have them mail it into CGC, it was literally $50 a book. And it was $50 for the book, and that included the sketch, the book, and the signature. Then it was $50 at CGC, and that included FedEx shipping, the handling, everything. It was like $36 a book. That was to verify, put the yellow label on, all that stuff. I did CCS, so that added, it was $130 for 2 books to get pressed, shipped back to me, yellow label, verify his signature, his sketch. So it was $130 plus the 2 books were another $100 from the artist, $120. So it was $250 out the door for the book, the signature, the sketch, all the mailing, CGC mailing it back to me, which $125 out the door, including the book. I found that very cheap. If you do all the math on what a book costs and then mail it into this CGC SS event, you'll find out that, you know, it was probably about $175 out the door for the Todd McFarlane signing. That didn't even include the book, and that included pressing. So I'm sharing this with you. The book was very rare. It's called Rock and Roll Biographies. It was number 17 from 2020. It was a Misfits cover. Misfits threatened a lawsuit against them because they didn't get permission. So it was a canceled Misfits cover. And then he put the skull sketch in the middle of it, and he signed it. But Misfits put the kibosh on it and stopped it. So it's an out of print. CGC calls it a promotional book. Misfits Rock and Roll Biographies, number 17. Anyways, through this process, I found out how much cheaper that is. So I'm guessing the bigger artists aren't going to be willing to take the paperwork and mail it in for you. But you never know. You reach out to any artist. I found mine on Instagram. Say, hey, if I mail you the book, if I mail you the paperwork, would you sign it and then mail it for me, and I'll reimburse you all the shipping, of course. And you can get a signature from anybody. Will they be soft with the books? You know, maybe not. If they're an artist, maybe. If it's an actor or a politician or somebody, they're not going to be soft with the books. But anyways, it was very interesting that it was so cheap. Literally, it was $36 a book to be graded with the yellow label. That's $72, $18 shipping. It was $101. That included the $5 handling fee. And that didn't even include pressing. So anyways, I wanted to pass that on. I don't even know what they call it, but it's a manual submission for artists to get a yellow label. Anyways, happy hunting, guys.